Online students, am I audible? Right. Well, students, so yesterday's class, we had a discussion related to platform independent. So, how many features are there in Python? 11 features are there. Can you repeat once those features one by one? Don't make it as slowly. Simple, platform independent, dynamically typed, interpreted, freeware and open source, high level, robust, extensible, embedded, third party support API, both functional and object oriented programming language. Very good. So, why I'm making you to read daily is whether you are reading in the home or not, I don't know. But in my class, when you speak along with me, you will get perfect. Okay, students? That's why try to speak along with me. Up to here, if anybody asks what is Python, Python is one of the simple platform independent language. Platform independent language. Right. So, coming to the point back, platform independent language, yesterday I gave very good description to you. Did you understand the description, guys? Good. Python, C comparison, C++ comparison, Java comparison, and Python comparison I said. C, C++ are comes under which languages, ma? Platform dependent, because their data types takes different memory spaces on different OSs. Well, and Java data types takes what memory space? Same memory space. That's why they are called platform independent. But they are what approach? Non-object approach. They takes what? Single value. Never stores multiple values. And they takes limited amount of memory space only. To store unlimited data with unlimited number of values, I must go for what? Object. Object capacity, object importance is what? To store which data? Unlimited data. So that object runs on every OS without considering the memory space. But in case of Java objects, they takes only which values? Limited values. Limited values. Number restricted they are called. In Python objects, they store unlimited amount of data. You have seen practical in my class? That's why Python objects are unlimited data and they can run on any of the operating system. That's why Python is which language, ma? Platform independent. Very good. Today, I'm talking about the third feature called what? Dynamically typed. That is my today's concept. And today's concept is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed, I am going to discuss, followed by, after completion of this concept, I will go for what also? Interpreted also I will discuss. These are the most important features in Python. Of course, everything is important, but these are another important features I am going to discuss. My dear students, please don't come late, ma. Please don't come late to the classes. It's my request to everybody. If you come late now, it is a disturbance in the class. Well, students, now I'm going to start with dynamically typed. Before that, I would like to give you one small conclusion. Every value in Python must be stored in the form of what? Beautiful. Behind the object, who is there? Class. Good. Class first or object first? Class first. Later what? Object. Class does not contain? Super. Object contains? Good. So, good performance. Will you continue the same performance daily? Okay. Good students. Girls not saying anything. Yes or no? No. Nice. So, let us. Sharath is saying class first. First class, huh? Class first, attending first class, first class. Huh? So, now I am going to say, so, Mustafa, hello dear sir, is this demo class? My dear students, it is subject is started. Mustafa, subject is started already. It is features of Python is started. We'll be giving the video classes. Our admin will post the video classes. there are sixth, this is the class going on, sixth class is going on. First two classes you eliminate, and the third day is the historical development of Python started, and the day 4, day 5, day 6, yesterday day 6, that is features of Python is started, coding is yet to start, right? Yeah, okay, Sharath, you are saying the answer. Okay, good. Class first, now I understood. Class first means first we have to define the class. Sharath is, in his view, it is correct. But when you go to other place, you have to say, we must define class first, later we have to go for object, like that. You have to impress others with your communication. That is my advice. Okay, Mustafa, shall I move forward now? Right. So to listen that classes, I'm giving some sort of link for you. Even our admin will send the link for that. Now I will move to this further. So now I'm entering into where? Dynamically type. Up to yesterday, I was posted the notes already. Right? Well, any today's new students are there in my class? CSC students. In this CSC students, CSC background. CSC background. Now you are saying like this, after that, like that, you are saying. Thinking, right? What way he is asking? Who is CSC background here? Okay, girl is raising the hand, but 33% reservation is there for girls. Okay, I don't ask questions to girls. I never. Because they are sincere. Boys, who is CSC? Don't tell lies. Boys, please tell me, who is CSC background today, who is attending? Nobody, yeah? Why, students? Why are you fearing when I am here? Fearing, huh? Okay. CSC. Last. Huh? Okay. You are CSC now? Stand up. CSC. Don't fold the hands. What is your background? Huh? See, Adi, what is your background? You tell me. Huh? You don't know. He is asking his friend, what is my background? Ma? BSc. BSc. Computer science. Okay. Now I'll ask the question. No problem. What is OS? Don't know. Okay. Sit down. No problem, students. Now come to the point. No issue. Now come. Because I want to test every day. Some testing I will do it. Okay, students. Now, irrespective of your background skills, I already said features of Python is started. Those who are first class, in today's class also no problem. Since my class is going on, if people are going on joining up to 10 to 15 days, they are going on joining. Still, coding is going to start within 1 or 2 days. Because during this features discussion, I am explaining in these features, I am writing some coding. The 0th level coding is started after completion of this. Right? Now, let us. Okay, Mustafa. Right. No issue. Mustafa, carefully listen. You will understand today's class also. So, Dilip is saying, what is OS means? He is saying that answer. That is universal, I already said. When Kaviar sir is saying some word in the class, that is a universal point. Okay, no issue. Carefully listen now. Everybody must understand. In IT, in information technology, we have two types of programming languages. Two types of programming languages. They are number one is static typed programming languages. I'm writing static typed programming languages. Carefully listen. Second one is object oriented programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Look at. So I would like to tell in the class, in static typed programming language, what will happen? In dynamically typed programming language, what will happen? I want to explain. In static typed, what will happen? In dynamically typed, what will happen? I just want to give you very good clarity here. Later you can understand Python belongs to which language. Python belongs to which language? You will understand. So these are all FAQs will come in interview point of view. How do you justify Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language? So in this place, what are the examples comes under static typed programming language? C is an example of static typed. C++ is an example of static typed. Java is an example of static typed. C#.NET is an example of what? Static typed programming languages. And when you come to this place of dynamically typed programming languages, when you come to the dynamically typed programming languages, Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language. If somebody asks you, what is the difference between Java and Python? Java is one of the platform independent static typed programming language. Java is one of the static typed and then platform independent. What about Python? Python is one of the platform independent dynamically typed programming language. Yesterday you have seen platform independency between Java and Python. I shown you the clear-cut practical example. In dynamically typed also, I want to give you the clarity. Yesterday, I started, my dear students, yesterday I was started a small concept called what? A small, go to the door, ask my permission when you are coming late to the class. So, coming to the point back, here I am going to take up, come in. So, when you are going to store your inputs in the main memory of the computer, yesterday's class, this was the basic point I was covered. When we are storing your input in the main memory of the computer, for allocating the memory space, you must use what? Data types. Yesterday was introduced. C language will contain data types, C++ will contain data types, Java also will contain data types, right? Python also contains data types. But the data types purpose in every programming language is what, ma? To allocate the memory space for what? Inputs. When you go to ATM application, when you go to banking application, when you go to insurance application, when you go to any sort of organization, now some details has to be entered. For that details must be stored in the main memory of the computer. To store such inputs in the main memory of the computer, I must allocate the memory space. To allocate the memory space, we need what? Data types. So, such data types in C language I was written yesterday. Java also I was written. In Python also I was written. And I write very detailed discussion. I will take it. There are 14 data types are there. And just a miracle it is in the class. I'll be showing that. The life of the programmer in Python is totally depends on what? Your data types. And you learn some data types in your career. What is the real meaning of data types in real-time applications? I will explain in the classroom. My dear students, now I'm entering into the further. Because of data types, what is allocated, ma? Because of data type, what is allocated? Very nice. Once memory space is allocated, you need to do what? Values can be stored or not? Values can be stored. To process these values which are there in the memory space, you must give some name to that memory space or not? Which is known as what? Identifier we can call, variable name we can call. That also I will explain from the 0 level in my class. Today, if I want to allocate the memory space, I need a data type. That memory space need to be pointed by some name. That name is called identifier or variable name. In a simple word, if you want to make you to understand, there is a person called a kid. There is a kid. There is a kid. After 5 days or 21 days, some name will be given to that kid or not? Your elders has given a name to you or not? Why they given a name to you? for identification, for calling, for accessing purpose. They give some name to us. That name is called what? Label for us. That name is for what? Identifier for us. That name is called what? Variable name for you. Understand, my dear students? So, if I want to allocate the memory space, what is required? Data type is required. That memory space is allocated. That memory space is pointed by what? Some identifier. That we call it as what? Variable. So what things are required to allocate my memory space and to point to that memory space? Data types required plus identifier required. That type of notation is called variable declaration or identifier declaration we can call. Once again, I want to store, my dear students, I want to store the value. I want to store the value called what? Value 100. To store the value 100, what is required? Come on, Mon. Already said now, why are you going back? What is required? Because of data type, what is allocated? Memory space. Only memory space allocation enough? Huh? No. In Hyderabad or anywhere else in any country or any state, if the space is there, definitely that space is registered on some person name or not. Your house space, somebody's house space, every space is registered on somebody's name or not. This space is reserved by so-and-so person. That so-and-so person is pointing to the space or not. That person name who is registered on that space is called what? Identifier. Variable name. Why variable name? He is not a fixed person to point to that space. You are selling that space to somebody else. Another person is pointing or not. What remains same? Space. What can be changing? Yes. That is also known as variable. I will give you the perfection about the variable right now. Don't worry. So, in order to allocate the memory space, to create the memory space, what is required? Data type plus identifier is required. Identifier is required. Such a type of notation is called what? Variable declaration we can call. Spell out, ma. Variable declaration. I am declaring that so-and-so identifier is belongs to what? So-and-so data type. If any programming language is expecting this notation, that languages are called what? Static type programming languages. Static typed programming languages. Spell out more. Static typed programming languages. Go to the language called Java. I am going to the language called Java. Right? Just to see. You don't know Java. C++, C language, any language you take it. I will go to C language. Program files I want to take it. Java here. Java 19 I am taking. Bin I am taking. J shell. If I take BSc student compulsory studied what? Java language. Studied Java language. Studied Java language. What you studied, God knows. Correct. Even 9th class students are studying in ICSE schools. Java they are studying. Java they are studying. How many days they are teaching Java, you know? 10 days Java is over. Because when my daughter was there in the 9th class, Java, her teacher is teaching Java. Java is over in 15 days. But when I was taking Java classes for 23 years, for core Java, I used to take 3-4 months. And in 9th class, Java completed in 15 days only. Salute to the teacher. That's why system is gone. Correct or not? That's why students learn practical approach. Now I am saying, my dear students, please understand me perfectly. I want to do addition of two numbers. I want to do addition of two numbers. So come on, tell me addition of what? Two numbers. Addition of two numbers. What is that? Let me tell mathematics. Tell me. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. In static typed programming languages, is it error or executed? Error. Because I did not allocate the memory space to store what? 10. I did not allocate to store the memory space for what? 20. I did not allocate to store the memory space for what? So what should I do now? What is 10? A number without decimal places is called what? Int. 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 Not integer. Integer word is not there. Int. If you speak integer, int, there is a lot of difference. And you don't feel it. When you speak wrong, I will attack on that student. Because same wrong you will continue in interview also. Integer is blunder. Int is correct. Int is the data type. Correct or not? Yes. Int. A comma B comma C. What is this line is called? What is this line is called? Variable declaration. Is it mandatory or optional to do it? Mandatory. Mandatory means compulsory. Optional means what? I may do it, I may not do it. I may do it, I may not do it. Is it mandatory or optional? Mandatory. Because of these things now, what is happening? A will, memory space is created for int, pointed by A. Memory space is created for B, pointed by B. Memory space is created, pointed by C. And by default, what is placed inside of it? 0, 0 placed. Because of these two lines, what is placing? 0 replaced by 10, 0 replaced by 20. Because of this line, 0 replaced with what? 30. This is the way I need to write it in where? Static typed programming languages like what? Java, C, C++. If I don't do this, you will get what? Error. Look at all of you. A is equal to 10. What is missing? Int is missing. Data type is missing. You don't worry about int. In my Python class, I will explain like a professional for you. I'm showing that. See the error? What is missing? That means in static typed programming languages, compulsory have to enter what? Data type. Otherwise, error. It is called which languages? In static typed languages, compulsory have to enter what? Right. B is equal to 20. Again, error or not? C is equal to 30. Again, error or not? How do you sort it out? Come on, ma. Int A comma B comma C. What are the values are available? 0, 0, 0. This line is called what? Variable declaration. Mandatory or optional? Mandatory means what? Compulsory. A is equal to 10 ma. And the next is called B is equal to 20 students. C is equal to what? A plus B. Is it 30 coming or not? So in order to do the any operation, first statement is what? Variable declaration, which is mandatory in which languages? Static typed programming languages. So what is the definition of static typed programming languages? In static typed programming languages, variable declaration is mandatory in order to store the data. Understood? Good. Up to that, it is everything is fine. Now I am asking one beautiful question. If you are talented, you answer my question. Ready to answer? Yesterday I already said, but today, whether you are remembering or not, I want to tell you. A is equal to 2.5, B is equal to 3.9, C is equal to A plus B. Is it valid or invalid? Come on, ma. Invalid. What is missing? Data type is missing. In static typed programming languages, declaration compulsory or not? Yes. Which type of value this 10, 20, etc. are called int. Now, what is the type of this? A number with decimal places is also there, right or not? What is it? Come on. Float. Lot of people are saying float. Yesterday only I said that it is a wrong answer. Yesterday only I said that it is a wrong answer. That means those who are learning static typed programming languages, people are feeling difficulty in deciding the data type. That is the limitation of static typed programming languages. People are feeling difficulty in remembering the data types. Is it a drawback or not? Suppose there are so many data types are there. If you don't know the data types properly, instead of double, you are saying float. Is it a drawback or not? If you don't know the proper data type, proper data you cannot store. Correct or not, ma? So, what is the limitation of static typed programming languages? If the programmer don't know the data type, Your C, C++, Java environment cannot allocate the data type automatically. You have to give the data type compulsory. If you don't know the data type properly, you are going to get what? Error. Is it a limitation or not? Yes. What is the limitation of static typed programming languages? To store the data properly, you must choose the proper data type. If the programmer don't know the proper data type, you are going to get what? Error. Look at, I am showing. Whatever I am explaining, you see practically, then you enjoy that. Don't listen anybody's English words. If anybody says only English, don't join there. If anybody says for every sentence practically they are showing, you like that. That is called real-time standards. Float x is equal to 1.2. Yesterday's class I said error. Please read out ma. Error. Incompatible types. Possible lossy conversion from where? Double. It is called what? But you are thinking what type? But is it a float? No. Is it not called error or not? That means programmer is feeling difficulty in remembering the data types. So static typed programming language compulsory must mention what? Correct data type. If you mention wrong data type, we cannot store the data. Understand, my dear students? That's why I will say what here? F. F I said. Float what I am saying, you know, y is equal to 3.5 F. Now I am saying here, float z is equal to x plus y. See students, 1.2 plus 3.5 is called what? 4.7. Are you following me? So coming to Python. Now I'm going to Python environment. Let me speak to online students once. Online students, did you understand this mechanism? In static typed programming languages, it is mandatory to specify the data type compulsory, variable name compulsory. Understood that? If you don't know the data type properly, there is a chance of getting what? Errors. To avoid this problem and to write the programming very easily, we are entering into the another mechanism here. Right. Dilip is asking, why did you put, go to the door. Without asking, you are coming to the class. Go to the door. So coming to the point of it, here I am going to say float z is equal to what? X plus y. And you are saying z is equal to x plus y. Is it mandatory or not? Yes. Coming to the point back, he is asking, why did you put F after the number, sir? I said yesterday only, today only. F stands for what? D stands for what? That's all. If you don't understand such a small thing, you already gold medalist in full forms or not? What is OS? Operating system. In WhatsApp also, thank you. Earlier we used to write. Now you are saying TQ. You already WhatsApp charting winner you are. Full form winner you are. Come in. Full form winner you are. These are all called what? What is F stands for? Float. Float, right or not? Come here, ma. Come here. Sit here. You are my favorite student here. Come here. So, where is the notes? Where is the notes? Mobile is there? Oh, mobile is there. Right, sit down. No problem. So, my dear student Dilip, did you understand, my dear student F? Now coming to which environment? Python environment. Go to the Python environment. Already you know Python environment, how to go for it? Come on. Yes. Do you know the versions of Python? How many versions? Python 3.1.x, 2.x, Python 3.x. What is the current version? Python 3.x. What is the latest version? Python 3.12. What is the future version? Beautiful. 3.13. Already in the class, I shown you. Already in the class, I shown you in the classroom. Just for 1 minute, I just want to show because some new students are there in my class. So Python, it was already shown in the class. Python version history. Python version history. This was already shown in the class. Wikipedia, you open, my dear students. Daily once you go through it. He is a father of Python. And coming to this, and I was shown you already this type of window. You see that yesterday was already set. These are all called what? 1.x old series. 1.x old series. This history I was explained in the class. This is there in video number 3. Video number 3. This is called a 2.x series. This is called a 1.x series. 3.x series, you see, mom, 3.0 onwards, 3.7. This is older. This is older, still maintained in the companies only. When I started your demo session, what is the latest version? Immediately next day, what came? Yes, I shown you when it is released also, planned to release also, I said. Right. Such a type of beautiful point to point, minute to minute, like a breaking news of Python, I am saying. 3.12 is called what? You come on. What is this now? Older version. Older version still maintained. What is this 3.12? Latest version. 3.13 is what? Future. This is called future version. Are you following or not? Yes. Please remember, this is a more important for you. My dear students, come to Python environment. This is called a Python command prompt. There I want to do addition of two numbers. Same addition of two numbers. Come on. A is equal to 10. What is not there? Data type is not necessary to mention. Who is going to assign the data type automatically? Python execution environment will assign the data type automatically. In Python environment, depends on the type of value you are assigning in the identifier, automatically data type will be assigned by the Python execution environment only. That means a programmer need not to remember what? Data type. Is it a good or not? You have a dilemma, float or double or float. You have dilemma. But in Python, no need to have what? Such a type of dilemma at all. Float. Now I am writing A10. What is the type of A? To C, I will tell you A comma type of A. Don't worry about this print and type of A. Within 1 or 2 days, I will explain 0 level coding once again. Please look at 10. What is this now? Class int. Yesterday only I started that. What is int? What is A? Everybody. Object. What is int? What is A? Right. 10 is a number without decimal places. Is it int or not? What is int in Python? Class. What is int in Java and C? Keyword. What is int in C and Java? Keyword. Keyword. Are you following me? Beautiful. Come on, now I am saying B is equal to 20. B is equal to 20. Now I am printing B comma what? Type of B. What is the type of B also? Who is assigning this int? Am I assigning or Python execution environment is assigning? Python execution environment is assigning. Now C is equal to what here? A plus B. Print of what here? C comma type of C I am going to say. Type of C. Type of C is also called what? 30. 30 is also which type? Int type. Int type. Are you following this? So, are you new student, ma? Are you new? Are you new? Yesterday you came? Yesterday you came, huh? Today new, huh? Then you know the timings of the class now. Don't come like this, okay? Don't waste your money. Come on time. Okay, if you come 11 o'clock also, we will allow, but you will lose your money. So you only will lose the subject. Come on time. Utilize my service, okay? Right. Come on to the point. What is int in Python? Class. What are A, B, C? In Python, what is not necessary to assign? Who will assign the data type? Python execution environment. That's why Python is which language? Dynamically typed programming language. In dynamically typed programming language, what is not necessary to specify? Data type. In static typed programming languages, compulsory to specify what? Did you understand the difference? C language is which language? Static typed. Java also. Python. What is not necessary to assign? Right. Did you satisfy? Nice. Online students, did you understand this discussion? All the students in online must conclude my conform it. Very good. Good students. Now coming to the point back. One more beautiful difference I want to tell you. Can I go for the next difference? Well, try to follow me. Very well. Now I am going to say. Go to the Java environment once again. Go to the Java environment once again. Well, int int k is equal to 100. What is the type of k? Int. Java, I mean. Where I mean? Java. What is int k is equal to what? 100. What is the type of k? Int. Type of k is what? Int. That means in k, which type of values only can be placed? Int only. And numbers without decimal places only can be stored. That means once it is typed, it is a fix. It is a static in nature. You cannot change the value nature when you are storing it. I mean, when I say int k, it allows what values to store? Only integer. K is equal to 123. No problem. You can store. What type it is? 100 is integer. 123 also integer. K is equal to 567. Also allowed to store. Be careful, my dear student. K is equal to 1.2 I am storing. What is 1.2? Come on. But which type you already statically typed? But which type dynamically you are storing? Allowed or not allowed? So this is once again proved that Java is which language? That's all. Static typed. See that incompatible types, because you already mentioned as what? Int. And you dynamically you are storing as what? So Java, C, C++ doesn't have the nature to change its data type dynamically. Understood or not? When you come to Python language, K is equal to what? 10. Print of what ma? K comma type of K. What is the type of K? Int. K is equal to 1.2. It has the nature of what? Changing its type automatically. Print of K, what is it? Float. In C, C++, Java, it doesn't have the capacity to change its data type. But in Python, it has the capacity to change its data type dynamically. Are you observing, guys? So if we go to interview, will you convince the interviewer how Python is dynamically typed? So K is what type now? Earlier K is what type? Is it dynamically typed or static typed? K is equal to KVR. K is equal to KVR. KVR is what here? STR. Madhubabalu don't know anything. What is STR? What is STR? Don't be a layman like outside people. What is STR? String. What is SNO? Student number. S name, student name. These are all called waste people. What is STR? Follow my standards. What is STR? What is K? That's all. Don't bring your old knowledge here. Once you enter into my door, forget about everything. What is STR? Don't tell string outside in red in color they are drinking. Don't drink that string and all. When you drink that, you will say, what is STR? String you will say. Be careful in my class. You are learning perfect programming in my class. Please cooperate. What is STR? What is K? Earlier, what was K? What was float? Earlier, what was K? Int. What is int? In one moment of time, K is what? In one moment of time, K is what? In one moment of time, what is K? Good. It indicate. Next, one more thing. K is equal to 10 comma KVR comma something 22.22 comma OUCET. More than one value I am placing. More than one value I am placing. It is called a tuple. It is called a tuple. Come on, read out. In one moment of time, int in another moment of time, float in another moment of time, str in another moment of time is what? Tuple. In another moment of time, I will go for what? In another moment of time, I will go for what? List I am going to take it. See, in one variable, I can store more number of values. Is Python is static typed or dynamic typed? Good. Understood? Yes. So, Python automatically assign the data type. Shall I go one more? Shall I take one more discussion? Well, online students, did you understand up to here? Did you understand up to here? Online students, please respond. Please, your response is important. I will go on monitoring your status. Here I will look at the faces of offline students. Almost 300 plus offline students are there. Almost 360 students are in online. Almost 360 students in online. So everybody, good. Alok Naik, good, understood. Roshan Sen, understood. Now I want to say, offline students, I will see the faces. Online students, I will see the chat box. Right. Now let us move to the further. One more beautiful thing I will say. Go to the Java. Go to the Java. Int, something like P is equal to, int P is equal to 888 I am saying. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed. P is equal to 8888 I am storing. Allowed or not allowed? Because it is exceeding the memory space capacity of which data type? Int data type. Sit properly. Sit properly. Sit 90 degrees. How is sitting? Like that. Don't sit like your college days. Sit properly. Don't sit like a railway passenger. Okay. In the class, generally, 3 types of passengers are there. Bus passenger, keeping the seat like that. One more person, keeping the leg on other side. These are all in my class, not working. 90 degrees you have to sit. How am I explaining? Sitting and explaining. Huh? So, like that you need to follow. In my class, you are my baby care center student. I'll take care of everything. Subject, discipline, I'll make you straight plant. When you go to interview, first attempt, you have to shoot the job. And don't feel otherwise. Why such a big caring? Yes, I have to. I said my beginning day, I am everything for you. I will make you expert in coding. Did I say or not? I wrote 3 conditions or not? Yes. You may feel, sorry, observing everything. Yes. Boys, doing mistake, direct gun will fire. Right. You may ask immediately, sir, what about girls? I don't say anything because they are already sincere. Right. Why boys laughing? Are they sincere or not? Perfectly sincere. Okay, listen the class now. P is equal to, look at, P is equal to like this. Is it error or not? Error. Error is coming. That means it is an error. Integer is too large. That indicates int is having statically memory space is designed. 4 bytes in Java, 4 bytes of capacity only will be taken. In C language, only 2 types. In Java, 4 bytes. That indicates 4 bytes of memory space data only can store. But in Python, it is never bother about what memory space, such restricted, static restricted things are not there. Go to Python. P is equal to 888 is there. P is equal to 8888 is there. You see such a big one. So print the type of P. Print the type of P. Print the type of P. See that P is equal to what you write it? 999999 I will write it. Such a big number I am writing. What is this now? Int. That means int has the capacity to store what? Smaller value to what? Very bigger value. That's why int is int only. Like our C language, int, short, long int, unsigned int, such type of confusing data types are not there. In Python, int data type is int data type only. There are no variations in int data type. Did you understand, my dear students? Float also, there is no double data type in Python. Float can store smaller value to what? Bigger value it can store. Understand, my dear students? Is Python is static type or dynamic type? Good, beautiful. So, coming to the point back, Python is one of the dynamically typed programming language. See the differences, how many I said? Now I am going to indicate, go to my description. Instead of typing that entire thing, I am going to show you a small thing called what, static typed and what? Dynamic typed I want to show you. Dynamically typed I want to show you. A small description I want to show you. My dear students, please read out carefully. Everybody, dynamically typed. In IT, read out everybody. We have 2 types of languages. They are static typed programming languages, dynamically typed programming languages. In static typed programming languages, it is mandatory to use data type along with variable names. We call it as variable declaration. Otherwise, we get compile time error. Examples, int a comma b comma c. Variable declaration mandatory. A value, B value, C value. C comma C++, Java, C Sharp.NET are the examples of what? Beautiful. Come to where next? Dynamically typed programming languages. In dynamically typed programming languages, programmer will not assign any data type. Internally, language execution environment will assign the data type automatically or implicitly based on type of value. Programmer uses or assigns. If 10 means int, if 10.2 means float, if KVR within the double quotes means str. Depends on the type of value, data type will assign by the language execution environment. Such a type of languages are called what? Yes. What is the language of that? Python. If somebody asks you tomorrow, what is Python? Python is one of the simple, platform independent, dynamically typed programming language. What is Java? Java is one of the platform independent, static typed programming language. Clarity is there? Good. Online students, is it clear in my explanation? Is it clear in my explanation? Online students, please respond. Everybody must respond. Good. Now I will move to the next discussion I am going to enter. Go to the features of Python once. What is completed here? Dynamically typed. Now I am entering into where? Interpreted. It is also beautiful kind of facility. Now I am going to enter into that. Now I am entering into the area called what? Interpreted. Okay, na? Yes. So see, in every moment of explanation, I am showing practically how it is. So that if student is little careful, na, you will understand and you will reproduce the same thing in interviews also. When you go to interview, you can open the interview in front of the interviewer. You can show all these things practically. Definitely interviewer will be very happy for it. Understand? Right. Now I am going to discuss interpretation. Here, my dear students, all of you try to relax. Now I am entering into the topic. What is it? I want to discuss some terminology I am introducing, students. Terminology I am going to introduce. So, terminology I am going to introduce. So, terminology. The terminology is something like this. Number one, compiler. Compiler. Now I am going to enter compilation. Compilation. Next, I am going to talk about interpreter. 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 So, interpreter. Now I am talking about interpretation. Interpretation. I am going to talk. And further, I will tell you linker, assembler. Further, I will tell you. Okay. And maybe students, you have some knowledge. I'm not commenting about your previous knowledge. I already commented because daily if I comment now, you may feel sir is discouraging us. If you don't know, I will say you don't know. If you don't know, if I say if you know, it's not good. I cannot say that. Somebody may be saying, but I don't want to say. If you don't know means don't know. You learn it, I'm saying. That is my nature. Ante kada? Right. So I want to say that. Let me come to the point. What is compiler? What is compilation? What is interpreter? What is interpretation? I want to give you perfectly. Okay? Right. BCom student, Bachelor of Arts student, need not to worry about it. Now, if I explain, you will understand. That's all. That's my commitment towards my lecture. Look at all of you. For example, coming to the point back, I'll take one small paint. I'm taking one small paint. Please look at that. Now I am saying here, suppose there is one person, I am taking general knowledge here. Why to take this general knowledge? To take mechanical student, civil student, BCom student, all non-computer science student and computer science student. And don't think that computer science students know something. They don't know anything. Anybody knows here, you can raise your hand. Who are the computer science students in my class? No one, huh? Yes, no one. Even they know, they don't raise the hand. Why? He is opening the system and he will prove immediately you don't know. That happens in my 26 years of experience. From the day one onwards, I speak to you with system only. Even if I'm taking an interview, I will open the system and I will make the candidate, I will make the system to turn in front of the student. I will ask the question. Whatever he will answer, I will type there. If it is wrong, he only will accept that wrong. Finally, I will ask a question. Will you get a job or not? He will say, so no, I will not get a job. Over. Where is an offer letter question? When you answer everything correct, I only will say you are most eligible to get the job. That's why tomorrow if you go to an interview, carry the laptop in Python. I will prepare you like that. If I don't prepare, you can ask me. Remember this word, provided the three conditions are important. Okay? Right. Come on. He is a politician. He is a politician. He is a politician. See how easily I will explain it. He is a politician. So, politician from Delhi. So, politician from Delhi. From Delhi. Right. And don't look at for the exact spelling because I don't know spellings properly. So, coming to the point from Delhi, he knows which language? Hindi. Pure Hindi he knows. But the people who are there in the rural area, all the people knows what? Telugu. They are all called Telugu audience are there. Telugu audience are there. He is all called Telugu audience. Then, when he speak in where? Hindi, will these people will understand, ma? No. That's why who is required? Very nice word. Girls, not saying ma. Who is required? Very good. So here, in middle of it, one person is standing. One person is standing. What is this person is doing? Please tell me. Very good. So how he is translating? That is an important. This person is called what? Translator. Spell out. Yes. You please speak about translator. What a translator job is, ma? Translator job is what? Converting line by line what he is speaking to the understandable format of the destination. Who is the destination people are? Telugu. So they are going to do what? He is speaking in Hindi. He is speaking in Hindi. That Hindi is called source words coming. Source words. Spell out. Right. He is converting into what? How he is converting, ma? How he is converting? Line by line he is converting. Right or not? Line by line. Line by line conversion of source code into destination code is done by translator in English. If you come to computer science, it is called interpreter. Spell out. Good. What is the job of interpreter? Converting the source code into destination code in the form of line by line. Line by line conversion of source code into destination code is called what? Interpretation. Interpretation. The process of converting the line by line of source code into destination code is called interpretation. Who is doing the interpretation process is called interpreter. Yes or no? The person who is doing the line by line conversion is called interpreter. The process of interpreter is called interpretation. Did you understand? Yes. Eating person is called eater. What is doing? Eating. The person who is interpreting is known as what? Interpretation. So what is the definition of interpreter, ma? Interpreter is one of the program whose responsibility is reading the source code, converting into the destination code line by line is called what? Interpretation. Interpreter, interpretation. Will you understand? Online students, did you understand this process? Did you understand this word? Here I am writing. What is this is known as? Interpreter. Interpreter we can call. Interpreter we can call. Interpreter will do what process? Interpretation. Interpretation it is doing. Are you getting, ma? Yes. For this, no need to learn CSE background. No need. No need. No need. Are you getting or not? Yes. Now I am going to say. Next day, in the newspaper, carefully answer it. At least a little intelligent. In the next day in the newspaper, what will come? Total meeting will come in 2 paragraphs or not? That means in the newspaper person, what is doing? He is converting the total meeting next day into what? To the destination people in where? All at once is giving or not? All at once giving is known as what? Compiler job it is. Which job? So next day, the total source code converted into what? Converted into what? Destination code. Destination code is done by what? Compiler. That process is known as what? Compilation process. That's all. Where is the difficulty at all? Once you have clarity in subject, na, it is everything is so fine. Programming also same. Programming is our left hand, left finger. That programming is 100% required in the software industry. To become a software developer, you must be what? Good coding knowledge is required. Understand? Without coding knowledge, you want to become a software job, it is called afternoon dreams. So not even evening dreams. To become a software developer, you must have first what? 100% coding standards. Come on, for my satisfaction. Compiler will do what? Interpretation will do what? I'm saying once again, listen. Compiler will convert total source code once into what? Destination code. That process is called what? Compilation. What is interpreter is doing? Line by line conversion of source code into destination code is called what? Interpreter. Clear? Online students, is these two definitions are clear? My dear students, is two definitions are clear? Now I will move to the further. Beautiful definition I am going to enter. Now I am going to enter into biggest discussion in my class. Please watch it. Now I am going to say. Here I am going to talk about it. Your flashback. C++ programming language execution process. Your flashback. Why I will see your flashback every day once in the class? Because I want to test your previous knowledge. And I want to show what is the progress in my class. And progress in the class, not at the end of the day. In every moment, in every second, I said, please observe it. Then only you satisfy my class. Otherwise, don't satisfy. Moment, minute to minute, you see your progress. Then only you be happy. Every minute I will explain the coding. That's my caliber here. Right. Similarly, I will go to what? Python execution environment. I will go for it. Python execution environment. My dear students, please look at. I'll go to here. Python programming language execution. Python programming language execution environment. I'm going to say execution environment. Indirectly, I'm telling how the Python program will execute, how the Java program will execute, how the C++ program will execute. I'm not going to Java programming. I'm going to C programming and then what? Python programming. A beautiful diagram I'm going to give you. Right. Coming to first, two things are there. One is what? C++ program execution. I am coming. Okay, now? In industry, there are two types of languages are there. One is called what? Compiler-based programming language, interpretation-based programming language. I'll come back. I will write and I will come back. In industry, in IT, we have two types of programming languages. Two types of programming languages. They are number one, compiler-based programming languages. Compiler-based programming languages. Second, interpretation-based programming languages. Interpretation-based programming languages. Two types of languages are there. Don't get confused. Sir, previously you said two types. Static type, dynamic type. Previously, yesterday you said platform dependent, platform independent. Confused, huh? Clear-cut explanation I am giving. Java is one of the platform independent, static typed. Python is one of the platform independent, dynamically typed. Excellent. Now I am going to explain here in compiler what is happening, in interpretation what is happening. A beautiful explanation with the diagram I am going to give you, students. Well, wait. Now I'll come to the another one is called what? interpretation. Our basic goal is to go for understanding interpretation. Please go here, come to the point. In C++ program execution environment, how the program execution will be done, I want to say. Last and final. Of course, first 1 week I will ask this. Who knows C language here? How C program will execute? That is the question I want to ask here. Who knows C language here? Okay, just adjusting. Okay. Who knows C language here? Last, I think so, is raising the hand. Last back set, black t-shirt. Are you raising? Doing exercise? Oh. Okay. Who knows C language here? Almost 300 cross students. Anybody knows? No. And nobody. Energy is not there. Okay, no problem, students. No problem. Now I am going to say. Now I am entering. Why I will ask this question is, when I am explaining, I want to show photo. Before my class, after my class, like a beauty parallel. Before my class, face is only 0 volts. After my class, 100 volts. Flow, flourishing your face. Why? Subject is there, flourishing your face. No subject, 0 volts only. Talent is not there. Okay, come to the point and don't feel, because I will ask like this only. I want to change your mindset. Sorry speaking, this much confident means he has the subject. I also want to improve my subject. Like that, I want to change your skill set. I want to change your mindset like a real-time programmer. Please use it, accept it. Okay, now? Right. How many days you will go back to not to accept? You have to accept it one day or not? Yes, before going to the industry, follow my guidelines. My dear students, now I am explaining how C++ program will execute. Whenever I write a program in C language, what is the program? Also, I will explain. What is the program? You will say one 1947 definition, I know. Set of instructions is called program, you will say. I don't accept it. Why? All my 300 students will write the program, set of instructions only. But one student program will be what? Taking only 2 seconds. Other program result is what? 4 seconds is taking. Which program I will take? 2 seconds program I will take. Why? It is optimal program. Less space, less execution time is taking. That is called a program. What is the program? Set of optimized instructions is known as program. Set of instructions is a 1947 Quit India Movement concept, that is. If we say outdated definitions now, people will not look at us. What is your specialty in coding? You say, then I will like it. You show the specialty in interview. Suppose you are saying, you are attending my class. I want to show my specialty, appear for any Python in any class, attend my class also. Once you think about it, you compare it, take your own time, and you decide. That is what I am saying from the day one onwards. Correct or not? Yes. Come on, my dear students. Now I am going to take. So Mahindra, good morning, sir. How many months you are going to teach full Python full stack? I am not taking 4 years like your BTech. BTech 4 years done. What you have done? Nothing. After BTech, after intermediate, you are a very good student. 970 came out of 1000. When you joined BTech, second year, third year, fourth year over, what is your percentage? 60. What is your percentage? 97% to 60. What is the problem? Who is the problem for that? 10th class, you are good. Intermediate, more good. BTech, what happened? Think. What is the reason? You know. Here, we are not taking that many time. We are taking full stack Python. I'll give the roadmap for you. Within 4.5 months to 5 months, you will complete. And we don't take lakhs of rupees for the fees like your BTech 1,20,000, 1,20,000, 1,20,000, 4,80,000 only for fees. Your branded pants, branded t-shirts, that is 1 lakh. Your bag, friends, string drinking, Sprite, thumbs up, biryani party, that is called 1 more lakh. Totally 10 lakhs. After that, what is the content in the head? Like a coconut, if I see, no sound will come. What is the use, students? Here, we are training you quality of education under the guidance of KVR. That's why, students, please appreciate us when we are polishing your skills. That is my recommendation. As a senior most faculty member, I am saying, will take care like an image in the eye. Will take care. That's why utilize our services, we are saying. Appreciate us when you are giving such a extraordinary coding standards in the class. Are you following, dear students? Yes. Come on, Mahendra. I hope you understand, my dear students. Now I am going to give you, here I am saying, when you write the program, we are giving some name to that. What is the program? Set of optimized instructions are called a program. What is optimization? Less space and what? Less time. That is called optimization. That's why we will explain in the class. Test cases also I will explain. Test cases also I will explain. Okay. Come to the point of it. I will write a program. I'll give the name to the program. The name of the program, when I am writing in C, I will give the extension. Spell out the word extension. Like in your normal life, you have surname is there or not? Family of people will have same surname. Like that in C language, extension of the C program is called what? .C. Spell out, ma. .C. .C indicates which program? C program. .cpp indicates which program? .java indicates which program? What is the Python extension? .py. Py kaadu. .py. Whatever I said, you have to tell. Otherwise, you are wrong. Py correct, but you have to tell what I'm expecting. .c, C program. .cpp, C++ program. .java, Java. Python. Actually, I did not say to you. You are only catching it. That is called a way of explaining. This is very simple. When I come to, let me come to coding. That will change your future. Come on, what is this? .c. This is the code you have written. That is known as what? Source code. Source code is nothing but a set of lines defined by the C programmer for solving the real-time problems. Understand? After writing the program, we are going to make our program to compile. We are going to make our program to compile. First time you are listening the word called compile. That compilation process is done by C language compiler. Which language compiler, ma? C language compiler. C language was developed by Dennis Ritchie. In the C language software, he designed a separate program for compilation process. Sir, what is happening in compilation process? I want to tell you, because the BCom student, BSc student, Bachelor of Arts student, all non-technical students important. More and more technical students are more important. Why? Technical student will think, I know something. You don't know that, you don't know anything. That's why everybody must understand. What is the compilation? I want to tell you a small example. Very small example which will connect to you like anything. Suppose you want to prepare one type of curry. Preparing curry is called what? Execution, right or not? Execution. Before curry preparation, what is required? Ingredients you need to collect or not? You need to collect ingredient 1, ingredient 2, ingredient 3. All you have purchased from the market. After that, what you will do? Kata. Before cut, directly kata. What you will do? You don't know English also. Washa. Is it a cloths or what? Clean it. English also important, students. You are cleaning and then cutting and you are making everything ready. This process is called what? Compilation. You are compiling your items to be ready to cook. That is called which process? Compilation. Are you getting? Before going to the picnic, you are compiling by yourself this snacks, so this required. You are compiling by yourself or not? Are you understanding what I am talking? After preparation, you started cooking. This is called what time? Run time or what? Execution. So in preparation of my curry, there are two phases are there. One is the compilation phase. One more is what? Execution phase. Similarly, in my Python language, Java language, in all the languages, there are two processes are coming. One is called what? Tell me, ma. One is known as what process? Compilation process. What is this compiler will do? compilation process. Compilation process. I'm going to do it. Take care, my dear students, carefully. What is this compilation process is doing? The compilation process is doing, you know, the compiler is checking the syntax errors in where? Source code. Syntax errors means what? C is equal to A plus B. In some languages, semicolon is compulsory. If I don't give the semicolon, who will tell to you? Compiler will tell semicolon is missing. That type of grammatical rules of language will be catched by whom? If you have done everything perfectly, compiler will convert source code into which code? Destination code. So the C program compiler will convert your source code into intermediate code. Now I am writing here. That is called a destination code, but you change it as a technical word, intermediate code. Intermediate code of C language is known as object code. Spell out, mom. Object code. Object code. What is this is called? Sum.obj. What is an extension of intermediate code? .obj. Spell out. What is an extension of source code? .c. What is an extension of intermediate code? C language fundamental. It is not my Python. C language fundamental. If you don't know, no problem. You will learn now. After completion of my source code, next you need to go to which phase? Execution phase. Which phase? Execution phase I am going to. Very, very important. Execution phase I am going to. Execution phase I am going to. Okay. Who will do the execution phase? Who is compiling the C program? Come on, mom. Who is going to execute the C program? Who is going to compile the C program? C language compiler. C language compiler. Don't speak innocent things in my class. C language compiler. Spell out. What it will do? What compiler will do? All at once or not? All at once converted into which code? What is an intermediate code of C language? What is an extension of object code? What is the source code extension? Submitted to whom? What it will do? Converted into which code? What is an intermediate code of C language? Object code. What is an extension of object code? That is nothing but cleaning the vegetables and keeping it aside. Now I am going to which phase? Execution phase. Now I am asking, who will compile your C program? C compiler. Correct? Who will execute the C program? Tell me. Nobody knows. BTech completed. Memos also came. Laminated and kept into the locker also. Laminated. Kept into the locker also. Now, who will execute the C program? Nobody knows, including your trainer also. Challenging question. Take anybody. These are open secrets to prove that you don't know anything. Yes. If you are talented, tell me now. Come on. Nobody. This is not asking now. You need not to feel. I'm asking the same question from 25 years onwards. No problem, students. Come to that. There is a component called what? She shall. Come on. She shall. She shall, bone cell, corn cell, some type of cells are there. They will execute our program. Now I am going to say, that means, here I am writing, what she shall will do, sir? She shall reads enter, which code? Object code, and converted into machine understandable code. Machine understandable code. Machine understandable code is called what? Binary code. Binary code. Binary code are what? Zeros and ones. Who will understand this binary code? OS and processor. And it is understandable by whom? OS and what? Processor. This is an actual subject of your C. What OS will understand? What processor will understand? Binary code. Understand, ma? Now, how many phases are there to run my program? Number one, compilation. Number two, what? Who will compile my C program? Who will execute my C program? So here you are going to get it. Some.exe will come. This is known as which code? Executable code. Spell out. Executable code. Executable code is nothing but binary code. Zeros and ones. Here I said three important code. Number one, number two, number three. People will ask a question. When I write a C program, it is known as what? Source code. When the program is compiled, what is that code? Object code. When I execute my program, what is that code? That's all. Who will compile the C program? C compiler. Who will execute the C program? That's all. Come to Python now. Our favorite area. See how simple it is. Here also how many phases? Two phases. Two phases. Compilation, execution. Beautiful. Finished. Finished. Online students, did you understand up to here? Did you understand up to here? Please respond. Up to here, what is explained? Okay. Come to the next. This one I want to go for it. Beautiful. Right. Come on to the point back. So time is also running out. And get it. Now it is taking very less time. And that if you know the fundamentals well, how easy to understand the subject. Come on now. How do you write a program? Some dot. I forget. Py. What is the dot py? Extension. Extension of Python program. Extension of Python program. Tell us. Dot C. Extension of C program. Dot py. Extension of Python program. Some dot py is called what? Source code. No hurry at all. Nothing. No hurry. No buzzer around here. Think carefully. Some dot py is called what? Source code. Dot py is called what? Extension of Python program. Once you say some sentence now, people should feel pleasant. Yes, good student. That opinion you have to provide. How can you provide that opinion? Once you read, you'll get subject is there in the brain like anything. You can easily say that type of things. Correct or not? Good. Once this source code you have written, automatically, who is coming? Python compiler will come. Tell me. Python compiler. That means, compiler means don't immediately misunderstand. Python compiler of C language is doing what? All at once is converting. But a Python compiler is doing what, ma? Line by line conversion is doing. Here also compilation. Again, I am saying, don't misunderstand. Compilation process. How the compilation process is in Python? Line by line. That's why it is called as what process? Interpretation process. Did you understand? Don't misunderstand. Compilation means, don't ask this doubt also. Sir, compilation means all at once now. Compilation in C language is all at once. Compilation in Python is what, ma? Line by line. So it is known as what? Interpreter. If a Python compiler found any error in our code, that errors will be shown to the programmer. If no errors are there, Python compiler also converts into where? Intermediate code. Intermediate code of Python I want to say. Here I am writing. Intermediate code of Python I am writing. Intermediate code. Every language will contain the intermediate code name is there, ma. Intermediate code. Very frequently asked question. Some dot pyc. Earlier one is what? Some dot obj. Now in Python, what is an intermediate code extension? Some dot pyc. The name of the intermediate code in Python is bytecode. Spell out. Bytecode, not binary code. Binary code is different. Byte code is different. What is the difference, sir? Binary code understandable by OS and processor. Byte code is generated by the Python compiler. Who will understand the byte code? Now I am going to say. Did you understand the meaning? It is one of the FAQ. What is the intermediate code of Python? Byte code. Who will generate the byte code? Python compiler. From which code? Source code. Source code submitted to whom? Python compiler generates which code? What is an extension of Python dot pyc? What is an extension of bytecode in Python? Dot pyc. Dot. Okay. Once the compilation is over, you need to execute or not? Yes. Now I am going to come to the execution. Execution. See how beautiful. Who will execute the C program? C shell. Who will execute the Python program? P shell. All international students, huh? So PVM. Spell out. What is PVM? Don't tell full form. Don't tell full form. If you tell full form, you are scrap. What is PVM? PVM is one of the program present in Python software whose role is reading the line by line of bytecode converted into the machine understandable code. Such a machine understandable code is read by processor and OS and gives result. That is called PVM. Your gold medalist answer, your favorite answer. Python virtual machine. Spell out. If you go to an interview, will you say definition or will you say full form? Definition. Last, if you want to tell what is full form, you say that also. Last, PVM stands for. But beginning, if you tell full form, na, you will lose your impression. That is my guidance. You follow these words. So this is known as which process, ma? Which process this is? Execution process. Execution process also doing what kind of thing? Line by line, all at once. Line by line. What is this PVM is doing? I am writing one beautiful diagram here. So for my satisfaction, all of you tell me what is this is doing. What is this is doing, you tell me. Come on now, tell me what PVM is doing. PVM reads line by line of, I am writing what? Line by line of which code? Byte code and converted into machine understandable code. Machine understandable code is nothing but what I said. Binary code. And it is understandable by whom? OS. Understandable by what? OS. And what? Processor is nothing but what? CPU. And finally gives what? Result. This is called what, you know? Execution process of which program? Python program. If you carefully follow line by line compilation, line by line execution. Hence Python is which language? Line by line compilation, line by line execution. Hence Python is which language? Interpretation based programming language. Line by line compilation is interpretation. Line by line execution is called what? Interpretation. So I am going to write it. Interpretation based language. Interpretation based language. Did you understand, ma? Who will compile my Python program? Python compiler. Who will execute my Python program? PVM. What is an intermediate code? Bytecode. What is the source code? .py. Who will generate the bytecode? Python compiler. Who will execute the Python program? PVM. Python compiler will convert the source code into intermediate code. Intermediate code is understandable by PVM and generates what? Executable code. Are you following me? Yes. So online students, did you understand up to here? Did you understand up to here? Now I am going to show you one beautiful description what I said. Please read out, mom. Come on. Interpretation. When we develop any Python program, we must give some file name with an extension .py. That is a file name .py. When we execute a Python program, two processes taken place internally. Compilation process, execution process. First, I am talking about compilation process. That means I am talking about this point. I am talking about this point. This point I am talking. Are you following me? Yes. Please follow me. In compilation process, Python source code submitted to Python compiler. and it reads the source code, check for errors by verifying syntaxes. If no errors found, then Python compiler converts into intermediate code, bytecode with an extension .pyc, file name .pyc. If errors found in the source code, then we get error displayed on the console. Console is nothing but monitor. If errors are there, errors will shown. If no errors are there, converted into .pyc. In execution process, that means I am going to talk about this point. I am talking about this point I am saying. Come on, mom. Here I am writing. In execution process, the PVM reads the Python intermediate code line by line and converted into machine understandable code, executable or binary code, and it is read by OS and processor and finally gives result. Hence, in Python program execution, compilation process, execution process is taking place line by line conversion, and it is one of the interpretation based programming language. Definition of what? PVM. Your favorite answer in the bracket. All faces are glittering because full forms. Right, come on. Now, first, PVM is one of the program in Python software whose role is reading line by line of bytecode and converted into machine understandable code, executable or binary code. That is the definition of what? PVM. Understood? Let me ask some questions. What is an extension of Python program? .py. What is an extension of bytecode? .pyc. Who will compile my Python program? Python compiler. Who will execute the Python program? That's all. In execution of Python program, how many phases are there? 2. Compilation, execution. That's all. Finished. Python is which language now? Python is one of the simple, platform independent, dynamically typed, interpretation based programming language. What is C language? C language is one of the platform dependent, static typed, compiler based programming language. Clarity is there? Yes. So with this, I'll stop my class. You have some doubt? What is that? Stand up. In Python. So good question. Suppose, sit down. In Python, we don't have the extension. By default, .exe will not come. That we are explaining in the class. How to make the building file. Building file. Build file means what? If I create a file, double click means it will execute. That type of how to build a file, I am explaining separate process in my class. I'll explain. Directly .exe will not create like our C, C++ languages. Even in Java also. Java no exe file will come. Python also no exe file will come. For that separate process, I will explain how to create an executable file. Understand? I'll explain in the class. So this is about today's class concept. So I said, what are the things completed? Simple, platform independent, dynamically typed, interpreted. These are completed. Tomorrow class, when I come back, I will explain the other kind of things I will explain. Tomorrow, I may explain these 4 properties I'll explain. Because the first 4 are very, very important. Today you understood how Python program executed. Understand, students? Well, tomorrow I'm going to enter freeware and open source, high level, and this kind of things I'm going to explain. If possible, extensible also I will explain. So don't miss that. Tomorrow is a very important session. And when Saturday comes, don't go here and there. Because there's a phobia in Hyderabad or somewhere. When Saturday comes, I don't know, students are feeling they are software engineers. Going to weekends. They will go to underground. All of a sudden, they will go to underground. And they will prepare some underground activities also. Don't go to underground. You are a student. Keep in mind. And you are a student, don't know anything. And if you go to underground all the times when Saturday comes, Monday you can see the stars in the day. Dear students, once you get the job, you can go. But as long as you are a student, come to the classes, attend all the classes. Understand, students? tomorrow we are going to enter into the further called what? Freeware, high level, robust and extensible. Tomorrow class I will explain. Don't miss the tomorrow's class. Online students, you hold on. I'll talk to you. Thank you, students. All the best. Students who are in the online, Durga. Online students, Durga.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
రేపొద్దునతో డెమో క్లాసెస్ అయిపోతాయా సార్?
ఏమా?
రేపొద్దునతో డెమో క్లాసెస్ అయిపోతాయా సార్? ఇంకా ఉంటాయా?
డెమో క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది ఆల్రెడీ. సబ్జెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది. డెమో క్లాస్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటమ్మా? ఉత్తగా మామూలుగా ఏదో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం వితౌట్ సబ్జెక్ట్. ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్. ఆల్రెడీ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఈ స్టార్టెడ్. అర్థమైందా?
ఓకే సార్.
రైట్.
అలాగే 4 months కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది కదా సార్ పైథాన్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్?
ఏమ్మా?
పైథాన్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ 4 months లో కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుంది కదా
అది
సార్?
మాకు 10 days ఎక్కువ పెట్టినా ఏం కాదు కదా. 4 years చదువుకొని ఏం రానప్పుడు 4 months లో ఒక 10 days అయితే మీకు చెప్పడానికే కదా ఒక 10 days ఎక్కువ చెప్పేది, అంతే కదా?
ఓకే సార్. అంటే
4 years వేస్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు మీరు బాధపడినప్పుడు ఒక 10 రోజులు ఎక్కువ చెప్తే ఏమైందమ్మా?
తర్వాత జాబ్ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏమన్నా ఉంది?
అది మరి 4 years మీరు వేస్ట్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇంకా 4 months ఉండడానికి ఏమైందమ్మా?
ఉంటాం సార్. తర్వాత జాబ్ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏమన్నా
వస్తుంది జాబ్ 100%. మంచి ఫస్ట్ మనము స్కిల్ సెట్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి బాగా, సరేనా?
ఓకే.
రైట్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.